Hi, welcome to the third day of notes on evaluating algebraic expressions. So today we're going to do just that. We're going to have an expression. Remember, an expression is a number and letters or variables. Okay, and it's going to tell us exactly what value it wants us to use instead of the letter. Okay, so it says to evaluate an algebraic expression means to substitute or plug in numbers for the variables in the expression and simplify. So on number 1 it says evaluate the expression, and it gave us the expression. Our expression is -4 minus t, and it's telling us exactly what t equals. T is 7. So instead of t, we're going to plug in 7. We're going to substitute that in. So we're going to rewrite. We have -4. Okay, make sure you use parentheses, minus. Now, what is t? I'm going to put t in parentheses. T is really 7. So then once you do that, you're going to simplify. So if you have -4 minus 7, that's going to take you to -11, and that's your answer. Okay, same thing for number 2. It's just giving us a different value for t. So the expression is, again, I'll underline it in red, -4 minus t. But now look at the value of t. It's -1/3. So we're going to plug that in for t. So we're going to rewrite. So everything stays the same except when we write t. So we have parentheses -4, close parentheses, minus. Now, it's asking for, we're going to subtract t. Well, t is a fraction, so I'm going to put this in parentheses. It's always good to put your letters that you're substituting in parentheses. I'm plugging in -1 divided by 3. Okay, so right here, two negatives really make a positive. So this is really -4 plus 1/3. So if you do -4 plus 1/3, and if you keep it as a fraction, you're going to get -11 over 3. Okay, let's look at number 3. It says evaluate the expression. Now we have a different expression. Okay, we have 2r plus 5u minus v. Okay, it's telling us exactly what r is. It's telling us exactly what u is, and it's telling us exactly what v is. So we're just going to take our expression, we're going to fill it in, but instead of our letters, we're going to substitute those for the values that it gave us. So we have 2 parentheses. Now what's my r value? Your r value is 1/2. Keep following the pattern. The next thing I see is a plus sign, so I'm going to write a plus sign. Okay, next thing I see is a 5 and then a u, so I'm going to have a 5, and then I'm going to open up parentheses. What am I plugging in for u? It's telling me u is -2. Okay, the next thing I see in my expression is a minus sign and then v. So, well, what is the value of v? Value of v is -3/4, so you plug that in instead of v. Okay, so if you would like, you can type that into your calculator as you see it. Be careful with your minus sign and a negative sign. Okay, they are different. So if you type that into your calculator, okay, so you have 2 parentheses 2 over 1/2 plus 5 times -2 minus a -3/4. Okay, you're going to get the value of -8.25. Okay, we're going to do 5 the same way. Or I'm sorry, 4 the same way. So we have our expression, the same expression. It's just going to give us different values for our letters. Okay, so we have 2 parentheses. What is my r value? R value is 2.4. Okay, plus 5 parentheses. My u value is -1.2. And minus my v value is a -0.3. Okay, again, you can plug this into your calculator as you see it. Okay, and that's going to give you your simplified answer. So if you plug that into your calculator, be careful on all of your signs. You're going to get the value of negative 0.9. Okay, on number 5 and 6 are a little different. It's telling us the values that we're using right here. Okay, and 5 and 6 are just going to be different expressions that we're plugging in for. So we're using the same values for 5 and 6. It says find each of the following, give answers as fractions. So number 5, it's just x, y, z. Since there are no plus signs or minus signs in between that, that's just telling us that we're multiplying x times y times z. So I'm just going to open up 3 sets of parentheses for my x, my y, and my z. Okay, I'm just going to plug in what I know. Okay, so I know that x is negative 1. So in the x, I'm putting negative 1. I know that y is 1/2. So for y, I'm typing in 1/2. And you know that z is 4. So plug in z for 4. Okay, now you can either do this in the calculator or you can also possibly do this in your head. You're just multiplying all 3 numbers. It doesn't matter which way you multiply. So if you multiply negative 1 times 1/2, that's going to be negative 1/2. And then when you multiply that by 4, you're going to get negative 2. And that will be your answer. On 6, we're going to follow the pattern. I have 2xy minus z. So I'm going to have a 2, something, I have an x, something, I have a y, minus my z value. So here's x, y, and z. And if it helps you to write out your letters like I did with parentheses, please do that. Okay, so for x is negative 1, y is 1/2, I'm just plugging in what I know, and z is 4. Okay, so I'm first going to do the first part of my equation. Remember, you read an equation left to right, just like you read a book. So if I do 2 times negative 1 times 1/2, okay, that's going to give me negative 1. So now I'm going to do negative 1, and I'm going to bring down my minus sign, and I'm going to bring down my 4. So negative 1 minus 4 is negative 5. Okay, and on number 7, you're given an equation. It says Taylor makes $7.50 per hour working at CVS Pharmacy. Write an expression for the amount of money she can earn in each hour. So it's telling you that H stands for hours. Okay, this right here, the $7.50 per hour, remember that word per means to multiply, and it told us that H is hours. So that's really H. So that your equation is written. So your expression is really 750 H. So we have $7.50 times H. Okay, that's our expression. And on part B, it says find the amount of money she can earn if she works 8, 13, and 18 hours. So that's talking about the hours. That is H, so that's looking in this column right here. So it's telling us the values that it wants us to plug in for H. So we have 8, 13, and 18. That doesn't look like an 8. There we go. Okay, so if we're looking to find the value that she earns, we're taking our expression. Okay, I know that I'm multiplying these values. So I'm going to take 8 and I'm going to multiply it by 750 to get the first value that I can make. And then I'm going to take 13 and multiply it by 750. So on the first one I have 750, and if you want to show your work to the side, that would be a good idea. So you have 750 times 8. If you work 8 hours and you make $7.50 an hour, you're going to make $60. Okay, what happens if you make $7.50 and you work for 13 hours? So I'm just plugging in 13 for H. Okay, you would make $97.50. And what happens if you make $7.50 and you work 18 hours? Okay, you would make $135. Okay, so on these, make sure it's going to tell you exactly what value to plug in for each letter. Then all you have to do is simplify. Okay, so here, this is the end of lesson 3, so you can X out of this and go back to the learning module. If you need to rewatch this, please feel free.